One of the new features to Rising is the addition of decals. Decals are textures, logos, shapes, ornaments, and other random images you can project onto objects. Decals can be rotated, scaled, stacked, and most of them can be colored. You can also specify which objects do and do not display the decals. Let's open the Objects menu and go to Tools, Common, General, and scroll down to Decal. After spawning one in the game world, the first thing you will notice is the tool has a box with an arrow in it. This box represents the area in which the decal will be displayed. The arrow represents the direction the decal is projecting. First, let's select a decal to see what I'm talking about. Open Properties and go to Texture. We will come back to this in a moment, so don't worry. Like other objects in the game world, in Rotate mode, R1 switches between the X, Y, and Z axis. But in Scaling mode, instead of scaling all three axes proportionally, R1 will switch between the X, Y, and Z axis so you can scale them separately. X and Z are height and width, and Y is the depth of the decal's display. For instance, if you move the decal box closer to an object, you start to see the decal when the object enters the box. The decal only displays on objects within the box. By scaling the Y, or depth of the box, you can display the decals on only things you want. For instance, the decal is only on the body of the truck, but not on the tire. Now let's check out the properties. First, let's go back to Texture. We don't have enough time to go through all of these, but you can see there's a lot of stuff to pick from. Next is Color. This will open a color picker for you to select a color for your decal. Next is Decal Target and Target Mode. Here is where you select which items you want your decal to affect. Let me explain Target Mode first. With Target Mode set to Inclusive, that means the selected target and all the targets after that target in the decal target list will be affected. Set to Exclusive, everything except the selected decal in the target list is affected. And set to Exactly means it will only display on the decal target selected. Now let's set the mode to Exactly and go back to Decal Targets. As you see with all, the decal displays on everything. Set to Rider, it displays on the rider and animated NPCs. Set to Bike, it only displays on the bike. Set to Character, it displays on animals and crowd characters. Set to Objects, it displays on static objects like the wall, but it also displays on tree leaves and other leaves and bushes. Vegetation displays on base world bushes and grass, tree trunks, and some variations of trees. Terrain displays on the ground. And set to Custom, it displays on objects with their target category set to Custom in their Properties menu. Custom objects will not display on all. Next we have Send to Back. Setting this will send your decal to the back of stacked decals. Bring to Front will do exactly that. Bring your decal to the front of stacked decals. Next we have the Offset and Scale settings. X Offset will move the decal left and right out of the box, thus cutting off the edges. Y Offset has the same effect, but with up and down. Like most settings in the editor, hitting square will reset the values to the default, or 0 in this case. Next is the X-axis scale, Y-axis scale, and Z-axis scale. Here is just another way to scale the decal larger or smaller using numeric values. Lastly, we have Icon Offset. This will move the tool icon closer or farther away from the display box. This is handy if you have a lot of decals in one spot. Not only can you move the icons out of the way, but it makes it easy to find the ones you need if you need to edit things.